Welcome back to the pregame show. Chris Bucket here with my buddies, D-Mac, Nexy, now joining me on the show. Guys, this is the first time I've sat in between you, and I got to say, it's a little awkwardly warm. I'm just joking. That was weird. So, guys, let's just get to it. We're talking Friday night kickoff, short show tonight, but first matchup here, status quo versus ambush. It's the closest matchup in the first round. I can't pick a winner. I actually said, I believe, ambush in my expert predictions. I'm going to switch it up. I'm going with status quo. All right, but anyway, guys, I need to hear why. D-Mac, kick me off here. Who's going to win this match?
Well, right here we have the 7th seed in status quo versus the 9th seed in ambush. What's interesting about this matchup is this is a rematch of losers bracket round 6 from Columbus, where status quo ended ambush's tournament. Now, in between, they both obviously made changes. Status quo, they lose strong side to final boss. They pick up Clutch.
Mr.
Now,
Clutch.
ambush, they pick up Macchio from final boss, dropping Gunshot. Now, I still think status quo is going to take this pretty easily. The reason I believe that is status quo, even though they've lost strong side, they've never worried about that. They always said this is a 4-man team. Strong side did not make this team. They continue to do strong at lands. They played straight ripping at a land. They did really well against them. You can't say that for ambush.
Ouch.
Well, no, you can, though. SQ versus Ambush, last
56
event.
to 1.
All right. SQ versus Ambush, last event. I watched the 49-49 game where Gunshot ran out and died. They're going to drop Gunshot, right? They run 2 weeks with Naded. They even gave Captain Anarchy a shot and ended up going with Gilkey over Captain Anarchy. Now, not only that, they had a hard road to get here. And then, on top of that, Tizoxic and Nexus have been living together, practicing for 2 months straight, getting their teamwork solid. I mean, you can say what you want about SQ. Yeah, the land scores, whatever, but this wouldn't be the first time we say SQ is the most prepared tournament coming into the tournament. And, I mean, we said it in Meadowlands.
And so you just said that Tizoxic and Nexus are living together? They're practicing daily?
They live together all summer long, practicing, getting that teamwork down. They're coming in here meshed, and that was what the land was about, meshing with Macchio. They were teaming for a week and a half with Macchio before they went and landed straight ripping. Why do you think the scores were like that?
Now, let me ask you this, guys. We all know Macchio. We all love the faces he makes. But let me talk about his gameplay. The kid is super aggressive on final boss. It looked like he was being held back. The rest of the guys wanted to play passive. Macchio wanted to charge forward. Are we going to be seeing an ambush push tonight?
I think we're going to be seeing a much more comfortable Macchio here. He doesn't have to prove himself. He looks at himself like the veteran on this team. He belongs on this team, and he's the captain of this team, even though he's really not yet. He's going to be.
Leader. We'll use the leader word.
We'll use the leader word.
I was talking to Nexus, and he says Macchio has much more of a running gun play style. They're dropping a little bit of the strategy that Gunshot brought, and they want somebody who's just going to be able to keep up with them and keep the pressure on the other team. Macchio's a perfect fit for the team.
Now, what could be really interesting here is status quo. We've seen how they play. They all love to push together. If ambush is running one at a time, they might get picked off. But, guys, that's first round. It could go either way. We're going to find out. I hope it goes to 5 games. That would be awesome. But the second match, I don't think it's going anywhere near 5 games. It is the brand-new Instinct lineup consisting of Ghost Ayami replacing Walshy there. And they're facing off against Overnight Sensation, Gunshot, and Eli's new team. Now, you said that Gunshot was the one that ran out and died. Anyone could have died in that situation. And in my opinion, Gunshot was the best player on Ambush, and I'm excited to see him playing with Eli. But tell me, what are these guys going to have to do if they want any shot of taking out Instinct?
Well, I actually do think Gunshot is a great player. I really do. On Overnight Sensation, there's a lot of talent. Seb, everyone talks about how sick he is online. So I went and watched his films. It's not his host. I mean, the kid makes good decisions. At tournaments, I think he's a little uncomfortable. He's real young and maybe a little inexperienced. But with Gunshot, like you said, really good decision maker. Unfortunately, I just caught him on a bad game maybe. Teaming with Eli, who's been teaming with that forever. They've won some, they've lost some. They've placed top 8 twice last year. It's a good squad for him to be on. The X factor over there is Wonka. I haven't seen him since Pain X and Halo
2, guys. He's making the return of Wonka.
The kid was sick, but I think the obvious thing here is Instinct 3-0.
Instinct 3-0. Now, let's just talk about that, D-Mac. I know you're about to agree with him. I'm going to cut you off there. Let's just end it. Instinct. The question is, not if they're going to win this first round, but can they compete with names like Triggers Down and Straight Rippin'? Can they take down the 2 juggernauts that have been destroying the season?
Well, I really think they can. When you look at what Instinct has done against Triggers Down and Straight Rippin' in the past, they've 0-8 against Straight Rippin' all time, 0-4 against Triggers Down all time. They're 2-9 in Team Slayers this year. It's just been abysmal all around. Now, when you pick up Ghost Yami, you're looking to fill a lot of those holes. Ghost Yami, he's going to bring a much more aggressive play style. There's no more hiding. Instinct is going to be, they have Roy, they have Neighbor, two of the best BRs in the game. They're going to finally utilize those. You're going to see a different Instinct this tournament. They land against Final Boss. They won it 60-39. And they also said Final Boss was much improved from what they saw in Columbus.
Wow, improved Final Boss. I'm excited to see them playing. As I mentioned earlier, Carbon will play Final Boss tomorrow morning in Winners Bracket Round 2. We'll be commentating. Make sure you guys catch it. But now, guys, you get to pick it right now. Who is the first player we're going to watch on Instinct tonight?
I say we jump on with the new player, Ghost Yami.
I think it's obvious. I mean, the kid's wearing custom Nike Instinct shoes right now. They're sick. If you haven't seen them, go find them in the venue and look at those shoes. They're nasty. We have to watch Ghost Yami.
Instinct Yami it is. All right, now, guys, final thoughts here. Give me your top 4 right now.
In order. Number 1, I'm going to have to go with Straight Ripping here. Number 2, I'm going to go to Instinct. I think we're going to see the first 11-game series in Halo 3 history. Number 3, I'm going to go with Triggers Down. They're a very, very dangerous team when they're on fire. A little lack of consistency there, so I'm going to put them at the 3 spot, rounding it off with Final Boss at the 4 spot.
Final Boss gets number 4. No Carbon love there. He's giving a lot of love to Instinct. What are your picks?
I got straight number 1. Can't bet against them. I've done it before and failed. Number 2, I was going to go Instinct, and I still really want to, but watching Triggers Down, the confidence, talking to Pistola, I'm not going to say what he said about, got to go with them. Number 3, got to give it to Instinct, and I got Final Boss.